Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. Imagine standing at the brink of a life-changing opportunity, a job interview, a crucial negotiation, a first date, a speech that could alter your future. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your mind flickers with doubt. Will I be enough? Will they see my worth? Will I rise to the moment or shrink from it? In these pivotal moments, success isn't about having the perfect resume, the most polished pitch, or even the loudest voice in the room. It's about something far deeper, far more powerful. The ability to show up as your truest, boldest self when it matters most. It's about presence, the state of being attuned to your own strength, grounded in your own story, and connected to the possibility that lives inside you. Presence is not reserved for the naturally confident or the fiercely charismatic. It is not a gift bestowed on the lucky few. Presence is a skill, a practice, a way of living that is available to all of us, especially when we need it most. Through the science of psychology, the art of body language, and the wisdom drawn from real human struggles and triumphs, Amy Cuddy reveals that we can summon this hidden reservoir of power. We can transform fear into courage, doubt into certainty, and small moments of hesitation into sweeping moments of victory. This is not a book about faking it until you make it. It's a book about believing it until you become it. It's a guide for anyone who has ever stood trembling on the edge of opportunity, yearning not just to survive, but to thrive. Presence will teach you that you don't have to be fearless to be powerful. You just have to be present, fully, authentically, unapologetically. Your boldest self is not something you have to find. It's something you have to free. Welcome to the journey of unleashing the power that has always been yours. Presence. Part 1. The power we already have. Chapter 1. What is presence really? Imagine this. You're about to step into a high-stakes meeting, a nerve-wracking audition, or a once-in-a-lifetime interview. Your heart is pounding, palms sweaty. You tell yourself to be confident, but somehow your mind is blank and your body feels like it's betraying you. Amy Cuddy opens presence by explaining that confidence isn't something we can summon on demand. Presence, she says, is different. Presence is not about faking it till you make it. It's about actually being there, fully engaged, fully authentic, without being hijacked by fear or doubt. Presence, Cuddy says, is when you are no longer fighting yourself. It's that rare state when your values, emotions, and behavior are aligned, when you're grounded and acting from a place of true personal power. And the kicker, we don't have to be powerful to feel powerful. Feeling powerful actually starts on the inside, before anything ever changes outside of us. Chapter 2. The body shapes the mind. Here's where it gets fascinating. Cuddy introduces us to a revolutionary idea. Body language doesn't just communicate to others, it communicates to ourselves. Drawing on cutting-edge psychological and physiological research, Cuddy shows that the way we hold our bodies can literally change our minds. When we expand, standing tall, opening up, stretching out, we feel more powerful. When we contract, crossing arms, hunching shoulders, shrinking inward, we feel weaker, less capable. She shares her famous power poses study, revealing that standing in expansive, confident postures for just 2 minutes can boost testosterone, the dominance hormone, and lower cortisol, the stress hormone. It's like hacking your own brain through your body. The science tells us something ancient. Our posture doesn't just reflect our confidence, it creates it. Chapter 3. The mind shapes behavior, and behavior shapes the mind back. If the body shapes the mind, and the mind shapes behavior, then the way we behave feeds back into our self-perception. It's a cycle, a loop of self-reinforcement. When we behave as if we are confident, we start to feel confident, which in turn makes us act even more confident. Cuddy warns, though, that this isn't about lying to yourself. Presence isn't a mask, it's about connecting to your real strengths, trusting yourself in critical moments, and allowing your best self to surface, especially when you need it most. She shares heart-wrenching stories of people who thought they could never show up powerfully, survivors of trauma, people marginalized because of race, gender, class, and how simple, repeated practices of presence helped them reclaim agency and dignity in their lives. The message is clear. Presence isn't just a performance trick, it's a way back to ourselves. Chapter 4: Tiny Tweaks, Big Changes. Cuddy offers an empowering insight. You don't need to overhaul your life to step into your presence. It's about tiny tweaks, small, manageable changes that create enormous internal shifts over time. She reminds us, before your next stressful moment, the interview, the presentation, the crucial conversation, you can take just 2 minutes to stand strong, breathe deeply, and own your space. This isn't about dominating others. It's about freeing yourself from the internal chains of doubt and fear, and once you taste it, even for a moment, you'll start to believe you have more power within you than you ever imagined. Presence. Part 2: What Gets in Our Way. Chapter 5: The Imposter Syndrome Trap. Just when you're stepping into a bigger version of yourself, guess who shows up uninvited? The imposter voice. You don't belong here. You're going to fail. They're going to find out you're a fraud. Amy Cuddy digs deep into imposter syndrome, that persistent internal fear that you're not as competent or capable as others believe. Even people at the highest levels, CEOs, Nobel laureates, world-class performers, secretly battle it. But here's the twist. The more you grow, the louder that imposter voice often becomes. Cuddy explains that imposter syndrome isn't proof that you're inadequate. It's proof that you're challenging yourself, stepping into new, uncomfortable, courageous spaces. The antidote to imposter syndrome isn't arrogance or fake bravado. It's presence. It's reminding yourself, I am enough right now, exactly as I am. We don't have to silence the fear completely. We just have to not let it run the show. Chapter 6: Self-Nudging Toward Presence. Big, bold changes are intimidating, so how do we actually shift without feeling overwhelmed? Cuddy introduces a brilliant tool. Self-nudging. Self-nudges are tiny, deliberate choices we make to set ourselves up for success without forcing massive change all at once. Think. Setting up visual cues, a sticky note that says, "You got this." Practicing a 2-minute power pose before an important call. Shifting your seat in a meeting to claim more personal space. Each small nudge shifts your behavior slightly, and over time, these slight shifts accumulate into powerful, lasting change. Cuddy's point is powerful. We don't become present by accident. We build it intentionally, one tiny nudge at a time. Chapter 7: How Powerlessness Hijacks the Body. Why does presence feel so hard in stressful moments? Because stress and anxiety don't just live in the mind. They hijack the body. Cuddy reveals how feelings of powerlessness actually shrink us physically. Shoulders slump, voice weakens, breath shortens, body contracts. When that happens, it reinforces the message to your brain. I'm not capable, but the body is a two-way street. If you can notice the physical signs early, the shallow breathing, the tight fists, the hunched posture, you can interrupt the spiral and choose a different response by consciously expanding your body, standing tall, breathing deeply, opening up. You send a new signal. I am safe, I am capable, I am here, and your mind listens. Chapter 8: Presence is a practice, not a destination. If there's one truth that every listener should tattoo on their heart, it's this. Presence isn't something you achieve once and then keep forever. It's a practice. Even Amy Cuddy, a Harvard professor and global speaker, admits she still has moments of doubt, fear, and feeling like an imposter. The difference: she knows how to find her way back. Over and over, she reminds us that failure, awkwardness, and nerves are not signs you're doing it wrong. They're signs you're growing. Presence is about consistently returning to yourself, especially when it's hard, especially when you'd rather shrink away. Every presentation, every interview, every confrontation is an opportunity to practice showing up imperfectly, courageously, authentically. Presence. Part 3: How Presence Changes Everything. Chapter 9: The Power of Presence in Connection. When we think of powerful people, we often imagine dominance, commanding the room, speaking loudly, taking up space. But true presence, it's not about overpowering others. It's about connecting with them. Amy Cuddy shows us that when we are truly present, people feel it instantly. They see it in your steady eyes, hear it in your grounded voice, sense it in your calm energy, and because you're centered, they feel safe. Not intimidated, not judged, but invited into a real interaction. Presence, then, is magnetic. It draws people toward you, it makes them listen, it makes them trust, not because you're shouting the loudest, but because you're the most real person in the room. Chapter 10. Trust first, then strength. In every interaction, Cuddy explains, people are unconsciously scanning for two things. Can I trust this person? Can I respect this person? We're often taught to lead with strength, to impress, to dominate, to assert authority, but presence teaches us a profound truth. Trust comes first. Only once trust is established can strength actually be heard and respected. When you show up with presence, calm, open, connected, you build that bridge of trust almost instantly, and once that bridge is in place, your ideas, your leadership, your influence can flow naturally. Cuddy's message here is powerful and personal. We are at our strongest not when we intimidate others, but when we invite them into our confidence. Chapter 11. Speaking with presence. Words matter, but how we say them, how we inhabit them, matters even more. Cuddy walks us through the subtle, often invisible cues that communicate presence in our speech. Pace. Speaking too fast signals nervousness. Speaking too slowly sounds inauthentic. Find your natural rhythm. Pause. A well-timed pause shows comfort with silence, a powerful marker of confidence. Tone. A voice that rises at the end of statements, like a question, sounds uncertain. A steady, downward tone conveys conviction. Most importantly, she emphasizes content aligned with values. When you speak from your core beliefs, not from what you think people want to hear, your voice resonates at a deeper level. Presence, she reminds us, is when your words, your emotions, and your body are all telling the same story. Chapter 12. Presence under pressure. But what about when everything is on the line? The interview, the performance, the high-stakes pitch. How do we hold presence when the pressure peaks? Cuddy offers battle-tested tools. Preparation. Know your material so well you can let go of fear and focus on connection. Centering rituals. Small, private practices like breathing exercises, power posing, mantra repetition that anchor you before stepping into the spotlight. Framing. See the event not as a threat. If I mess up, it's over, but as an opportunity. This is my chance to share who I am. She reminds us that pressure doesn't destroy presence. Fear of pressure does. If we accept that nerves and uncertainty are normal, if we show up anyway, then pressure becomes fuel rather than fire, because presence is not about being perfect. It's about being fully there, even and especially when the stakes are high. Presence. Part 4. Living a life of presence. Chapter 13. Bring your boldest self forward. Throughout presence, Amy Cuddy has shown us that presence isn't about transforming into someone else. It's about peeling away the layers of fear, doubt, and self-censorship and letting your boldest, truest self step forward. And here's the truth. That self isn't perfect. It's not polished, not always poised, but it is real. And that's what makes it powerful. Cuddy challenges us to stop waiting until we feel ready, to be bold. Because confidence doesn't come before action. Action creates confidence. You show up first, you move forward first, and the feeling, the solid, unshakable presence, grows stronger every time you do. Chapter 14. Fake it till you become it. Remember the old phrase, fake it till you make it. Cuddy offers a profound upgrade. Fake it till you become it. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about acting as if you already believe in yourself, until the behavior rewires your brain, reshapes your identity, and the belief naturally follows. When you expand your body, speak your truth, claim your space, even if you feel shaky inside, you're telling yourself a new story. I am enough, I can do this, and over time, that story becomes reality. Presence isn't about fooling the world, it's about convincing the one person who matters most, yourself. Chapter 15. Everyday presence. Big moments like job interviews, speeches, and negotiations matter, but Cuddy reminds us, presence is a daily practice. It's how you show up in small conversations. It's how you carry yourself while waiting in line, commuting to work, sitting at your desk. It's 100 tiny choices every day to be here fully, to stand in your worth, to speak with honesty. Presence means listening when someone speaks instead of rehearsing your next words, walking into a room without shrinking your body or your spirit, choosing curiosity over defensiveness, meeting yourself in the mirror and in your heart with compassion rather than criticism. Presence is a way of moving through the world that says, I matter, and so does everyone I meet. Chapter 16. Your presence is a gift. In the final chapters, Cuddy leaves us with this. Your presence is not just something you owe to yourself, it's something the world desperately needs. When you show up authentically, you give others permission to do the same. When you speak your truth, you inspire others to find theirs. When you act from courage instead of fear, you change not only your life, you change every room you walk into. The quiet power of presence ripples outward in ways you may never see, but that matter deeply. Cuddy closes with a call to action. Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait to be fearless. Don't wait to feel powerful. Show up now. Start now. Leave now. Because your boldest self is not somewhere far away. It's already inside you. Ready to stand up, speak out, and shine. Conclusion. Presence is your power. Presence isn't about pretending. It isn't about achieving some perfect version of yourself. It's about owning who you are right now in this moment. Fear, doubts, imperfections, and all. Amy Cuddy reminds us, we don't need to wait to feel powerful to show up powerfully. We don't need to be fearless to act with courage. We simply need to take up space in our own lives, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and trust that we are already enough. Every conversation, every choice, every opportunity to stand tall is a chance to practice presence. And every time you choose to step forward, shaky hands, racing heart, and all, you grow stronger. Presence isn't something you achieve once. It's a gift you give yourself and the world every single day. So go ahead, breathe deeper, stand taller, speak truer, bring your boldest self to your biggest challenges, because you are ready and the world is ready for you. Read the book to learn more. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries.